What up, earthlings? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marin and welcome. Today I wanted to do a video on how to better attract your soulmate or your twin flame, whatever you want to call it. I do think there is a difference, but that's a whole separate video. So in this video, I'll just kind of call them the same thing: your soulmate, your twin flame, the love of your life, you know, that perfect person for you, that other part of your soul. But in short, a twin flame is, a lot of people believe that when we are born, our soul splits into two halves, and we're constantly always searching for that other half. I know a lot of the times you hear the phrase, you need somebody to complete me, or he or she completes me, but I don't think personally that that's how it works. I think that once you are whole and complete within, then you're going to meet that other person that can really complement you, and you can live in harmonious union together and love each other unconditionally. I don't think that the other person's there to complete you, because you have to be complete first in order to give love. You have to really love yourself and be whole within before you can really give any love out as well. So both of you need to be on the same frequency, vibrating at the same level, and being both complete. Then eventually you're going to be on the same frequency and meet each other. So before I go any further into the video, no, I have not found my soulmate or twin flame or my other half. I'm still single, and you may be thinking, why on earth is this girl making this video when she herself hasn't even found her soulmate? I'm not saying I'm some expert. I'm just saying that these are things I believe in my heart that I think will lead you on the path to finding your soulmate or twin flame. I think that if you follow some of these steps that I'm going to talk about, it'll definitely put you on the right direction of meeting your soulmate. And I'm still on that path myself. I'm still working on myself, because if you watched my past videos, you know how I've talked about I was a serial dater. I jumped from relationship to relationship in the past because I didn't love myself, and I was always searching for that love from somebody else, but I wasn't looking within and giving it to myself. So I was always looking for it on the outside, but then I never had any love to give them back because I just wasn't whole and complete myself. And I'm not saying that I'm this whole complete person now, but I'm taking steps to becoming my best version. I'm just trying to be better than who I was yesterday every day, and I think that's as best as we all can do. This is going to tie into the first thing I want to talk about as well, but people talk about the love list, you know, write down everything that you're looking for in a partner. And I look back now at things that I've written down, you know, months, years ago, and definitely things have changed, but also I was writing down things that I myself wasn't doing. So for example, about a year ago, I had a list, a couple pages in my journal that I wrote, and I wanted my partner to be a vegan and a couple other things. And it's like, looking back, when I wrote that, I wasn't a vegan, and I wasn't those few other things that I wrote down. No wonder I never attracted anybody who was that. And I actually dated somebody when I first moved here to Florida briefly, and that's ultimately what ended the relationship. Is I didn't see eye to eye to him about food, and I would kind of like belittle him and yell at him for not wanting to be a vegan, but I wasn't even a vegan yet myself. So it really didn't make any sense. Like, here I was sitting there, you know, judging him and telling him that he should be eating a certain way when I wasn't even a vegan. So who am I to be like, well, this relationship isn't going to work because you're not eating a certain way, but I wasn't eating a certain way either. So that's just an example of what I'm about to talk about. So if you are familiar with the law of attraction, I'm sure you've came across other videos. If you found this video, you're obviously looking for other videos about love and your soulmate and how to attract them into your life. A lot of people say to make a love list, and that's a great place to start. So make a list And like I've talked about in other manifesting journal tip videos of mine, that you can check them out, I talk about how being specific but not too specific. So if you want more details, you can check out those videos. But definitely write down what you want in a partner. So make that list. After you made that list, I want you to, go through that list and become, or make sure you're already on your path of becoming everything that you're writing down. If you're writing down, my significant other is kind, my significant other is happy, my significant other loves themselves, they love animals, they love nature, they love eating right, they love taking care of their body, they love exercising, whatever it is, you better make sure that you are practicing all of those things. Because if you're not, and you are looking for that in somebody else, you're never gonna line up and be on the same frequency. Because once you start becoming that list, that's when you're gonna end up on the same frequency. So if you're wanting somebody who's vibrating up here, but you're still vibrating down here, how are you ever gonna get there? You're never gonna make it to that same wavelength because you're just not on the same frequency. So to be on the same frequency, you have to become every single thing on that list that you wrote down about your significant other that you're trying to attract in your life. Once you work on yourself and you become everything on that list, well, the last thing and the last step is you finding each other. And I think once you are really on the same frequency as that person you're trying to attract, I think that they will come into your life when the time is right. And that time will be right when you guys are vibrating at the same level. It's as simple as the energy that we are. We are energy, and we are all vibrating at a certain level, right? So when you're vibrating on the same level, boom, there you have it. You're bound to meet that person. Another important thing that I talk about in all of my videos is you have to love yourself. You can't expect to find somebody who's going to unconditionally love you if you don't love yourself unconditionally first. You have to really go within and make yourself whole. Become whole. Don't wait for someone else to fill some void, because if you're constantly chasing for somebody else to love things that you don't love about yourself, it's never going to work, because you're constantly going to be wanting to take that from other people. Once you love yourself unconditionally, that's when you can really give out love unconditionally, and you can accept it as well. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to become whole. Really love the person that you are, because we don't attract, like I always say, we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. Like attracts like. Your vibration attracts that vibration. Your frequency is going to attract that same frequency. So if you aren't practicing self-love and you're doing all these toxic, destructive behaviors, you're going to end up in a relationship where you're mirroring that exact toxic behavior. So if you go into a relationship being very insecure with yourself, that person is just mirroring that feeling, and they're going to make you feel insecure in the relationship because that's the frequency that you're on. So if you feel like you've been having trouble really finding somebody, first of all, make sure you're giving yourself enough alone time and being single to really find out and figure out who you are and really what you want. I have another video on that if you want to check it out. I talk about the benefits of being alone. And I know not everyone in their past has done what I did and was a serial dater and jumped from relationship to relationship. But if you are somebody that has done that, make sure you're giving yourself time to be alone and really focus on yourself. Become the list, become all these great things that you're looking for in a partner first, because if you aren't becoming whole first and then you're out there trying to fill all these holes within you, that's what she said, sorry, to fill all of these voids that you haven't filled yet yourself, it's usually always going to be a failed relationship. Now, I'm not saying that nobody's ever met somebody, when they're in their transition, or that you can't meet somebody when you're not at your best, because You want to be with somebody who accepts you as you are, but can see all that you can be. And growing together is another important thing. You want to be with somebody who pushes you to be the best version of yourself, and vice versa. You want to be a team, a union, working together. That in itself will be somebody that's on the same frequency, because they're trying to better their life, you're trying to better your life. You can raise together. And even if you met down here, you guys can raise your frequencies together. So I'm not saying that you have to be like this perfect version of yourself before you can meet your soulmate or your twin flame, but you need to really be paying attention to the list that you wrote down. Everything that you want in somebody else, you have to be. I mean, it's the old golden rule, I guess, sort of like treat others the way you want to be treated. It's kind of along the same lines. You have to be that person. If you're trying to manifest somebody who's loyal and trustworthy and loving into your life, but you're not loyal, trustworthy, or loving to yourself, it's just not going to happen for you. You're going to end up in a relationship, and mirroring exactly who you are is going to be that person. So right now, if you're with somebody who doesn't respect you and doesn't seem to love you to their fullest, and maybe they lie or they cheat or they steal from you, that's because you're lying and cheating and stealing to yourself. You're not getting the full benefits out of a relationship that you can, because you haven't treated yourself that way. You need to treat yourself with love. You need to treat yourself with respect. You need to treat yourself with dignity and pride if that's what you want in a relationship. So keep that in mind next time you're making your list, or you're visualizing, or whatever it is that you do, that you're trying to manifest the love of your life into your life. Make sure you are becoming that person that you're trying to attract every day, and I promise you that they will eventually come into your life. But you have to make yourself whole, put yourself first for once, and really become somebody that you would want to love. And when you become that person, you're going to be on the same frequency as your twin flame or your soulmate, and then you're bound to meet, because you guys are like a magnet. You are always going to find your way back to each other, but if you're not on the same frequency as them, you're going to get lost somewhere out there and maybe potentially not even meet. So just make sure you're becoming everything on the list that you want in a partner. Also, just another little side note, if you have been, dating and things aren't working out for you, and maybe like bad things keep happening, really try to see the bigger picture. Try to learn from that. I think that every person that we meet is either a lesson to be learned. Either you're teaching them something, or they're teaching you something, or you're mirroring something about yourself, and that's what you're experiencing in that person. So if you dated somebody recently and you really didn't like something about them, it's most likely because that's a mirror reflection of what you don't like in yourself. So try to learn from it. Try to take it as a learning and growing experience. So try to really be like, okay, what didn't I like about him or her? And then figure out why you don't like that about yourself, and work on that and become the best version of yourself. And when you do that, you're going to be on the fast track to finding your love, to finding your soulmate, and to finding your twin flame. Because once you're whole within, they will be that complementary person for you, and your souls will reunite as one. So I hope you guys liked this short little video, and hopefully you learned something from it. So take out that list you have about your significant other and become that list. It's as simple as that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below of any more videos you want to see, and I will see you guys next time. And to all my lovers out there, I send you love and light. And to all my haters out there, I send you extra love and light and many hugs. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.